Wait. Okay. Hey, is your mic on, by the way? Yo. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Oh, okay.
yeah, sorry, I got a phone call, so I just had to hang up. Um, okay, are we live yet?
Yeah, yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay. So, welcome to this week's our mid 20s podcast, where we're both in our mid 20s and we're talking about the world around us. So, how's it going, Edgar? How was your past week?
It's been okay. I've been just planning a trip to go to San Jose with some friends, well, to visit some friends, and also some other friends are trying to meet up there. It's going okay. Just kind of hard trying to schedule a lot of people for one trip because
Oh,
everyone is like, I can't do this day, I can't do this time. It's just annoying.
oh, dude, that's the worst. Scheduling people, like scheduling stuff. Damn, that's the
I
worst.
mean, what's a little more what's okay? So it's gonna rain this whole weekend in San Jose. We checked the weather because our initial plan was to go hiking,
Oh.
but it's gonna rain from Thursday to Sunday or Monday.
Mhm.
So well, we gotta figure out something else.
Well, what is there to do in San Jose? Oh, well, I don't know if you've ever been to the downtown San Jose. I have. It's
Yeah,
pretty
no,
nice.
I've been
Oh, well,
there
it's gonna rain.
a few
Never
times.
mind. Oh,
Just to go bar hopping. Of course, that's always the night activity, but during the
mhm.
day,
Have you ever had acai?
no.
Dude, if you go down there, go to an acai place. There's like hundreds of them in the Bay Area. It's like this fruit kind of. It's like this. It's like this fruit called acai, and it's an acai bowl with like a bunch of nuts and I don't know. It's freaking amazing, dude.
Uh,
Just try it.
I'll keep
That's
that in mind.
Yeah, you have to do that. It's
I,
freaking amazing. It's from Brazil, so
I
you know
believe
it's good.
I, I believe we're going to Brazil. Damn it. Museums, a museum or something. I'm not sure. I haven't figured it out yet, but we'll figure it out.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
What about you? How was your weekend?
Oh man, my weekend. So this past week I was super hyped up when I heard about the Nintendo Direct, or when I was watching it. I was like going crazy, man, because they announced a bunch of cool stuff in there. There's some stuff some people don't like, and but I was excited for everything. I was excited for the things people hated, like Metro Prime Federation Force. Um, what other things? Ah, man, I was excited for some of the indie games that look really fun to play. I mean, they're really cheap, like 14.99 or 7.99. I'm willing to shell out for those and play them a little bit.
Uh,
Um, and and there's a bunch of other stuff that I can go on about it, but just to kind of speed this up a little bit. Overall, I thought the Nintendo Direct was awesome. I loved it, and on the weekend, on Saturday, I spent my night watching Nate Diaz beat Conor McGregor and Misha Tate pull off a crazy upset in the fifth round. So that was my weekend. I watched fights and it was awesome. And and then from then on, I've been watching just like reactions and analysis of each of the fights. It's been crazy, dude. Yeah. So yeah, I haven't been that busy, but I've been kind of like busy watching TV and stuff.
that sounds like, I mean, hey, at least you're doing something.
Yeah, and it's really cool stuff. I mean, like when I was watching the Conor McGregor and Nate Diaz fight, man, dude, I went crazy. That's actually if some of the people are listening, we usually do our shows on Saturday, like around 9:30 ish. And I actually texted Edgar, can we push it back till 10:30 because I was watching the fight and I didn't want to like burst out during the middle of the show because I would have tried to watch both. I would have tried to watch the fight and do the podcast at the same time, but
Yeah, you would have freaked
luckily,
me out a little bit if you start screaming out of nowhere.
yeah, dude, I was. Man, I swear I think my neighbors probably hate me. They probably. I'm
I
already
didn't
allowed
watch
to.
fights, so
Yeah, well, I'm already allowed to begin with, but when I'm watching fights, oh, it gets worse. So they probably hate me. But I think we're actually in some kind of war that I don't really know about because I feel like in the mornings they bump like really loud banda or cumbia music, like
uh,
super loud. Like I feel like it's a party going. Like sometimes I think there's a party outside or something, and um, and they do that all the time in the mornings. all the time, dude. And I think it's because I'm usually loud at night because that's when I get
Yeah, they
home.
probably. Yeah, I mean, I would do that. I would do the same thing. If you won't let me sleep at night, I won't let you sleep in the morning.
Yeah, but the crazy part is that like I'm usually into the music, so I'm like grooving out. It's
Jokes on
like
them.
yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. I guess I don't know if it's a war we're in, but I guess I'm not really into the war that much. So yeah. So one of the things that happened this weekend was Super Tuesday, and that's actually one of our topics. That's actually the main topic for our podcast today is politics, and especially specifically the Super Tuesday. So Edgar is like he's really the one into politics. He's watching CNN and Fox News and a bunch of other stuff.
Well, I mean, it's not that I'm not really into politics. That there's nothing to watch in the middle of the day. So it's either that or infomercials.
Oh wow. Oh, don't you have cable on Netflix, dude? You can.
But cable sucks. There's nothing to watch on cable.
Oh my god, dude.
It does. There's nothing good to watch on cable. So it's either that or
I
or
never heard I never heard someone's response to why why they've been paying attention to the political races. So I never heard that kind of response. Like, if there's nothing else better to do.
and if I finish my shows in the morning, what am I gonna watch in the night? So
Oh,
I have to balance it out.
okay. Well, at least you're doing something productive, I guess, being a valued member of society. The only politics I really know, people, to just let you guys know my extent is watching Jon Stewart or when he was on and watching John Oliver. That's as far as
John
I
Oliver.
go.
John Oliver is the best to watch for politics. So that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
He's
he's
straight to a
fun, dude.
point and funny.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Oh man, I've actually watched and kind of and somewhat preparation for the show. I've watched like I think probably around 10 of his the videos he has on YouTube or the latest 10. They're about like 15 to 20 minutes long. So I've been watching that the whole time, this whole day.
Well, yes, I mean, I haven't watched the latest one, but I saw the main one that kind of grabbed my eye. Caught my eye was the whole Donald Trump one. That was he made some good points, and I don't understand how people. I mean, okay, first of all, everyone deserves an opinion. Everyone can support whoever they want to.
Hmm.
It's a free country. That's why it's
Yeah, of
on
course.
those beliefs. You can support whoever you want to. You can have your own beliefs, but man, some people are just. I don't understand what's wrong with them. Like, like for example, Donald Trump, his his main thing is like, and John Oliver pointed this out too, though that he doesn't have a side. He always switching sides. Like, and if you're gonna be a presidential candidate, you can't be switching sides. That is the main thing that he pointed out. It's one of the scariest things that people should be worried about because it's like you one day you're talking about this, and then the next interview or another a week after that, someone pointed out that, and you're like, I never said that, and this happened already. One with the I don't know if you guys heard, but the whole interview he had with the New York Times, saying about his whole immigration status, and then or policies, I guess. And then after the interview, off the record, someone mentioned that, or they asked him like, "Do you really believe everything you're saying, or do you really mean everything you're saying about this?" And his response is like, "Everything is negotiable." Well, according to the article, it was on CNN, I believe. Um, and they said everything's negotiable. And someone asked him that question in his speech on Super Tuesday, and he's like, "Where you heard that? Like that's not true." And it's kind of like you can't be switching sides every other time. Like you gotta switch one. If you're running for a presidential candidate, you have to stick to one side and not
That
be switching one to the other one.
Yeah, that is just like I would mean that's probably politics 101. Try to keep keep your policies and stick to them,
Yeah,
but also
exactly.
back them up with reason and logic. But his is kind of he doesn't really have any much reason or logic, man. That guy just
Well,
says a bunch of
I
crap.
mean, my theory is that he's not sticking to one side just because if someone asks him a question about this, he can always deny and say, you know what, I never said that, and he can always get away with everything. I say, well, that was not my policy. I never said this, so he's always switching back and forth. I guess that's one of the reasons why I guess that's my theory for why he any doesn't have any policies. I don't know if you ever heard him talk about policies. It's always like once I get to the White House, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm going to do that. But I never heard policies from him.
Me neither. I've actually never heard any of his speeches in full. I've only heard clips of what he says, mainly from like again Jon Stewart or John Oliver or others, other kind of kind of comedic / political shows like that. So I don't know, to be personally to be perfectly honest, but I can imagine that's what he does, because he doesn't seem like he's all. He seems like, I don't have a better way to say it, but he's kind of like a snake in the grass, like he kind of slithers his way where like in and out of the leaves to try to get close to a person and then bite them.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what he does.
that's kind of what it was though, because I mean, I didn't see. I've seen a few of his speeches. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I haven't paid attention close enough. But I haven't heard any you know policies that he's willing to do. And another thing though is it's I don't know if you've seen that debate. Was the last debate, the Republicans and Democrats? Like the Republicans were just all over the place. It was I didn't watch it completely. I just watched a few parts because I know how it would work though. But oh my god, they were like interrupting each other, and oh god, it was ridiculous how they were acting like little kids, like one interrupting the other one, and like constantly attacking between each other. And it was I
which
mean it was entertaining though, but it was like, oh come on, like you guys grew up, like just
what
one what.
which I actually want to know, was that because Donald Trump was there? Was he like the antagonist? Because it seems like that this is
It's
like the
just
only
like
time they've done it.
so kind of like how it is now is that the other this is how I see it though. I feel like the other two candidates are just have their whole campaign. I guess the other three candidates are just trying to defeat Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
That I feel like that's why everything got like that, because they're just going on the attack on him and trying to prove that he would. They just want basically they want him out,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's why they are behaving that way though. Just trying to like contra. I guess how do I say this? That's why they're acting so immature in a few instances, just because they want him. They want people to realize, this is how he really is, and people are. It's kind of backfiring on them because it seems like they're just always attacking him, and he's getting more popular because of it.
Yeah,
Because
I think they have to
what?
start realizing that that I think everybody sees what Donald Trump is. I think there's just some people that like that kind of like brash attitude where he's gonna interrupt you and he doesn't give a damn because
Yeah,
that's just the way he does it.
one of the things. So, and I can see why though. I mean, the other
Mm-hmm.
candidates are more conservative than he is. Um, and I also understand. I mean, I heard some of his speeches in the Donald Trump, and sometimes he kind of does make a good point. But what it is that he's more of he's getting a lot of popular vote just because people are getting tired of the same system. They getting tired of the same politics, of the same candidates making empty promises and not doing anything about it. That's why the Republican Party is so you know broken right now, because it's I mean divided. Yeah, divided is a better word, because a lot of things are since the party is so divided, a lot of support is going to for Trump, and the party is kind of scared of that compared to the whole Democratic one where there's Bernie and Hillary going it, and they're actually behaving a little more like adults and not interrupting each other in every other sentence. But still, I can see why a lot of people are going for Donald Trump, and it's because people are getting frustrated with the same stuff, with the same thing that empty promises and not making anything, and always saying this and that, but they're not doing anything. And Trump, I mean, at least his style is being really aggressive against uh against everyone else, saying like I'll do my thing my way, and if you don't like it, you can get out of here, and I'll get stuff done. That's kind of what
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of
Yeah.
like how he seems or appears to people. Don't he interrupts people in the middle of a sentence? He kicks reporters out of the debates. just because,
Mm.
and I mean, it's appealing to people because I mean, it shows that Canada he's not scared of making changes, I guess, or getting his way done, or getting stuff done, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think they got to realize, man, like I see this kind of like a TV show, you know, where there's like this bad boy, and at first nobody likes him, and then people start like they go to like him because he's an asshole, and they know he's
Yeah,
not going to
exactly.
change,
That's
so they
how it
might as well
started.
like him.
That's how his campaign started. You know, it started as an asshole, and then people thought like, oh, he's not gonna do anything. He's never gonna win a state. When the primaries and the caucus started, like he's not gonna win a state.
Mhm.
And when Tuesday came out, he won 7 out of the 11 states.
Yeah, yeah,
And
and
then
and these other Republicans, the other two guys, I don't even know their names,
yeah,
Cruz and whatever.
Ted Cruz only won 2 states. His home state of Texas and Oklahoma, I believe. And
Yeah.
then um, Rubio only won 1 state, which was I think Minnesota. And both of their speeches were just so frustrating because they were just kind of the whole thing is that they were trying to get the other one to quit their career, to like step out. Like it's like you stepped out, and we'll get all your supporters to mine, and we'll defeat Trump. And then the other one is like, no, you stepped out, and we'll get all your supporters to my campaign, and we'll defeat Trump. And it's kind of like Trump is playing against that since they're divided
Yeah,
and
yeah.
getting more supporters, and it's like they're not. Until like one of them step out, it's gonna come pretty close to it because he's gonna get a huge leap.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, dude. This stuff's all crazy. I don't know. They seem like to me the two guys that aren't Donald Trump. I don't even know their names. But
Cruz and
anyways,
Rubio,
Cruz and Rubio. Yeah, Cruz and what? Sorry, what was
Rubio,
the guy?
Rubio,
Rubio.
yeah,
Cruz and
Marco
Rubio.
Rubio and Ted Cruz.
They seem like they seem like they're doing a Three Stooges kind of thing, but they're not like it. But it's only two of them, you know. Like they're just bumbling around between the two of them, and then Donald Trump is basically because they're bumbling around, he's able to get the upper hand. And
Yeah, another
and I,
thing on that. Another thing on that is that he's well, I mean, uh, because he's another thing people are not seeing though, and
mhm.
it's interesting though because yeah, uh, what's his name? Trump is getting all the spotlight. So people are not focusing on the political agendas of the other ones and or Rubio and Cruz, and they're scary though. They're super conservatives. They basically want to like shut down a Planned Parenthood, and it's a lot of stuff there. Yeah, it's not pretty, and it's kind of
Dude,
scary though.
they're already shutting down like Planned Parenthood or like abortion clinics. Basically, they're shutting them down in other states like by stupid regulations. I was watching one of the shows, one of the episodes I was watching of John Oliver was they're basically shutting them down by trying to make them uphold to these dumb regulations
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's
like a hospital would.
one of the big ones is just you see the whole thing about like how there was a fake news reporting that I forgot, I think it was Fox or someone who were like saying that all the fetuses were being sold to something else,
No,
and they
no,
were
I
trying
never.
to yeah, they were trying to
I
shut
didn't
down.
hear about that.
It was a Texas one or something,
Uh-huh.
and then once they proved that the footage was tampered and everything, they're still trying to do that, saying basically some candidates are saying that I forgot who said though, but they were trying to. They said they're gonna launch an internal investigation about all this stuff, that all this illegal stuff that's coming out in Planned Parenthood, and it's not happening in Planned Parenthood though, which is yeah, there's some scary stuff going on around with those politics, and people are not paying attention to it because Trump is being such a big distraction with that.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, he's more of a distraction than you think. I think if he was president, he'd be doing like that. Like he'd be doing that same act. You know, like most of the time he'd be just acting like a dumbass, and then you wouldn't.
See,
It's just like a hand trick. Look at this hand while this hand does something else. You know?
exactly. That's why a lot of them are kind of scared of like a lot of the party. The Republican Party is really scared that he might win the nomination,
Hmm.
because if that happens, the basically a lot of people are gonna start going the other way with the Republican Party.
Mm. But
In terms of they're gonna start losing positions, like especially since this this I think this election there's a lot of open positions in the Senate and state and a lot of other ones.
Hmm.
So they're gonna lose a lot of majority.
And what
If
about the? Oh, go
Mhm.
ahead. Go
I said
ahead.
they're gonna lose a lot of majority in Congress, and they're gonna lose a lot of stuff, a lot of seats if Donald Trump becomes president or gets a nomination.
Well, yeah, dude, I think they would. But let's talk about the Democrats. Tell me about them. I know their names. Bernie and, and
Hillary
Clinton.
Clinton, yeah.
I know their names at least. What's going on with them too?
Well,
Um,
I mean, it's a big it's a little different than the Republicans. Though there are, I mean, the big winner from Super Tuesday was Hillary. I believe she won 7 out of the 11. Yeah, seven, I think. Well, Bernie won only four, but it was actually a big win for Bernie because people didn't thought that he was gonna do that well.
mhm.
People thought that he was just gonna, be win his home state and that's it. But he showed a lot of initiative, and he's actually showing that he might have a fighting chance against her.
Man, he's like the guy that really talks about stuff. I mean, Hillary
Yeah,
to me seems like a celebrity type of politician, while he seems like he's like the legit one that's
the,
talking about stuff and
the
actually
main
talks
problem.
about the real things. Some real things, kind of really
Yeah,
that kind of relate to us, especially
exactly.
like
He's
student
really well
loans
liked.
and yeah.
He's really well liked with the youth. But the main problem he has though is that not all young people vote. You know.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the cool thing about this election. I think is because like when I think social media is bigger than it's ever been. So
Exactly.
I feel like they he or any politician is really able to connect to anybody, especially the youth, in a way that they weren't able to do before. Even when Obama ran, I think this is so special because you're really gonna see if social media really connects people closer together and in terms of like the politicians and the celebrities, if it closes that distance between the like the higher ups and I guess the lower people, or not necessarily like that, but like it closes that distance between like fans and politicians or like the supporters, because
Mm.
if he can connect to the to young people like us or even younger than us, I think he has a real fighting chance,
I mean,
and
he's doing a lot of he's doing really well. All his money, his funding is coming from people. People are funding his campaign, donations. He's not doing any big fundraisers or anything like that. All comes from like donations from people. He's really big in Reddit. I use Reddit a lot, and he is really big in Reddit. There's always stuff you see in the front page or in RO and everything. Compared to I don't see Hillary a lot in Reddit, but well, I mean the Reddit community hates Hillary. That's kind of the thing, but it is true.
Really?
Yeah, they kind of do.
Oh wow.
Just
Why?
because all the whole things that's happening, the whole email incident.
Oh.
It's just people don't see her, or a lot of young people don't see her as truthful,
Yeah,
and he doesn't
that
exactly he doesn't come out like trustworthy.
yeah, because I could see how Bernie has like that old grandpa vibe that you're like, oh, he's sweet. He's like he could be like my sweet grandpa, that really cares about me or something. Where Hillary seems like, oh man, she seems like an evil robot or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
she looks
a
like.
lot of the stuff is that some of her campaign has been going to like well, this is one of the things. I don't know if it's true though, but one of the articles I saw that she was just using the phrase, I'm a woman, you should vote for me because I'm a woman,
Oh.
and all of those things.
But
So
yeah.
it's like I said, she's not coming out as a lot trustworthy for a lot of young for the young generation. A lot of the big thing is going on is that both of them are trying. I mean, at least both of them are doing big for the whole. And this is what a lot of the young generation is going for though is the whole college loans and everything.
Mhm.
That's what one of the big things that they're grabbing on younger people. The whole college loans and everything. Both of them are against it and trying to get rid of it. But that's kind of you know a few things that they're going. It's a big issue. Like it wasn't that's such a big issue in the late uh let's call years ago, but now it's becoming a big issue that average kids, like every college kids, graduating with a lot of debt and no job.
Which I want to say something about this. So any person that's listening to this or will listen to this in the future, and before voting and everything, make sure that you just don't vote because a certain person saying this about loans or this about school, like about the whole loan system. Make sure you listen to what they're saying specifically. Make sure you believe that they're saying it because they're gonna actually do it. Don't just vote for it because you just hear clips or you read tweets about it. Make sure you listen to their words and actually you can find the truth within their words and within their voice, because
Exactly.
that's the big thing. Just don't, because that's what, if you're just voting for Hillary because she's the last one that said this about loans, then you might be voting for the wrong person. You know, you're
Yeah,
just toss
it's
up.
like
Make sure you're voting for who you think is the right person.
do your research before you vote. Check out their policies. Check out how that candidate's gonna help you. Benefit you the most. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter who you're voting for, as long as you believe is the best candidate for you, and you did your research, not just because you saw a little bit stuff online and read some other the Facebook title. I mean, or titles on articles. You do your research and go
Yeah.
ahead. I know a lot of people who just want to. This is I know this person. I'm not gonna say what's her name or anything like that, but um, she's just she's supporting Trump, but she hasn't done any research just because of the whole attitude, his whole attitude. And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, is that your only reason? And it's true
That's
though. It's like
I kind of I dislike when people say that, man. I
it's
dislike.
like do you know anything about his policies? Like, what have you read anything? And then the whole argument is, yes, I've done my research. Yes, I've done this, but they haven't. They just say that so people get off their back.
Mm,
And it's like
yeah,
it's frustrating, but I mean, you can't change people's opinion. That's
yeah.
that's their own thing.
Personally, me, I'm not voting for anybody because, well, because I don't see myself doing enough research by the time to vote comes, for me to vote, or the time for California to vote. I don't see myself getting that much research done for me to make an educated decision. So I'm gonna not make any decision, and I think that's the best decision because I'd rather not vote than vote for some person that I don't even know what they're really talking about. You
I
know.
mean, I will disagree with that. I say you should just do a little bit of research and just see what candidate helps, because everyone should vote. I
That's true, but I have
mean,
to register for voting. And
it's
I'm
not
just
that
kidding.
difficult to register for voting though anymore. That's
Yeah,
not
I
an
know.
excuse.
I know. I'm just making a joke.
Oh,
But okay, cause since you're kind of saying it, I'll consider it. I'll consider, maybe I'll do more research. Maybe I'll read more articles, listen to their campaign speeches, and really try to decipher, listen to their debates. I'll try to do some of it. I won't
yeah.
make any promises because
Just do. I mean, it's all it takes is just one day of reading articles and stuff. You go for the. I mean, if you already have a few candidate in mind that you're liking, go for check out their website and see what you like about more of them, and check out other stuff. That's not something quick. I mean, come on, everyone should vote. Everyone should have the honor of voting and choosing the who. I mean, because it's a big thing. This election is gonna be a big deal.
that's true. And we're both, this is kind of the interesting thing about this podcast is we're both in our mid-20s, and we're in that transitional phase from where when you were 18 to maybe 20 or 18 to 21, you could really get away with not really caring about
Exactly,
politics, right? But
but
now this
not
is the
anymore.
time where you have to start caring because this is where your vote's gonna matter, I guess, the most, because this is where you have the opportunity to be as educated as possible. And by that I mean it's not that I wasn't smart enough to make a decision at 18. It's just that I wasn't probably mature enough to make a decision. Now I
Or
am.
probably
So
not care, didn't care enough for it. That's
yeah,
kind of what it is. So
yeah, that's what the whole maturity. Now I'm mature enough to care about it. So, and actually listen and be patient and read this stuff and listen to their speeches and everything. Now I'm mature to do that. So if so I so this is really like something really interesting about this podcast is we're both in our mid-20s, and we're gonna see we're both gonna going into that mode where we have to start caring about this kind of the outside world and not just our little bubble and our little world that we have.
yeah, it's just there's a lot of things, a lot of stake going on around with the whole this new election, though. The whole loan system, the Obamacare, another big one. I'm still kind of confused with that. I need to figure that out myself how that works more. Some people say like a lot of them are kind of just trying to repel Obamacare for different reasons. One
Yeah,
seems
some of the states aren't even following it, dude. Like
it's
they're
just
they're completely ignoring it.
because the thing is it's kind of broken. That's the whole what it is. So a lot of people don't see us as effective. I know my parents right now are kind of upset about it because because of the whole thing, and it's more work for them. So like some people say solid, other ones say it's not it's a start, but it's not a good start. So they're gonna
Mm.
improve on it or take out of it. It's the whole thing. It's big issues that are coming up like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, I don't really know that much about Obamacare, to be honest. I just know that it kind of splits people up into two different segments,
Yeah,
and
I'm not.
and it extends Medi-Cal pretty much.
I'm still kind of confused on it too. It's kind of I mean, I shouldn't be confused on it. I should be just figured it out a little bit, but it's a little confusing still. But
Yeah,
yeah, there's there's a lot of I think what's it called? You just mentioned that Clinton won Missouri.
yeah, yeah. Both Clinton and Trump, or as
Trump,
I like to call him, Trump.
Trump.
Because that is his actual birthright name, so he should be proud of it, right? That's what he told Jon Stewart, so that's what I'm gonna tell him.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm not surprised. Actually, I don't know, because Ted Cruz' whole thing was that he, in one of this, I mean, Mark Rubio pointed this out that Ted Cruz, his whole speech is basically super conservative, saying that he with the South support he will win
Mhm.
the whole primaries, but he's not winning in the South. I mean, Trump is killing it in the South, and
And
it's
I never thought I would see a New Yorker winning the South, man. That's like impossible.
yeah, and a lot of people, well, I mean, those candidates mentioned, especially said that Trump is not a conservative. One of the issues that we're talking, one of the things we're saying that, one of the things that we're talking about is that, he wants Planned Parenthood to stay.
Trump?
Trump supports Planned.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he does. He does. He says that it's for women. It's how a lot of women gets birth control rights and everything. And he does a good point, but he kind of dislikes the whole abortion part in it. and
Okay.
but he supports that, while the other ones are saying like, how can Trump be a true conservatives if he's supporting Planned Parenthood, and they're both of them are against Planned Parenthood, and oh man, it's a complicated thing, and that the party is really split up in a lot of stuff.
Wow. I mean, it's gonna take a lot. I mean, it's gonna take a lot to reunite that party. It seems like from what you've been telling me, and it seems like Donald Trump isn't the guy because he's so decisive. He's like he himself isn't united in what he's saying. One like you were saying earlier. One day he says this, one day he says that, and then he literally in an interview he said something, and right after the interview he said something else. So it's like what is this guy doing? Like he's basically saying whatever it takes to get him to the top end, and that isn't necessarily that shouldn't be the right approach. Like, and especially since this guy he doesn't have any political background, right? He
Yeah,
doesn't have
that's
any.
that's that's exactly what what people. That's what I don't get though. I mean, all these people. I mean, they have like they're senators from states, and it has some and they and had some sort of political stuff in it. But Trump, I mean, Trump is just a businessman, not a good
Yeah.
businessman as it is from what John Oliver was mentioning. But still, I mean, like if everyone wants, I mean, everyone who wants to like learn a little bit more about Trump, John Oliver made a pretty good point about it in his last week or 2 weeks ago show.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Go on YouTube, search John Oliver, Donald Trump, and it should be like one of the top two, top three videos on there. You'll see it and you'll know which one we're talking about. It's a really good video. It's
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 a really good. But I mean, he makes such a good points. Like I can't make them the same way he does. He makes it in a funny way, and they do the research a lot. Like that's kind of the only some of the only news source I trust because they do the research.
and the thing I like about that show is it's a or those type of slash comedy slash political shows is that they try to inform you, but they don't. They inform you, and it's really a show to try to get people into politics, to try to get people interested into a topic so that they can do the research on their own on a separate thing, right? Because John Oliver on the Donald Trump thing, he could have probably he could have probably done like a 5-part episode or 5-part episode series where every episode is something different about Donald Trump, right? That's how long he could have talked about it, but he crunched it down to 30 minutes and to 30 digestible minutes, and where you get the gist of it, and where people can if they're really interested, they can go research it themselves. I think that's what's so great too. That's one of the great things now is that people are getting these small digestible bites of politics, and then from there they can go research into other stuff or into that specific topic.
Exactly. He makes it. He crunches everything, a lot of data into just a few minutes of information, and people can, instead of making it, to elaborate, he simplifies. He dumps it out for people, which I like it, because sometimes I don't want to think.
Yeah. I think you kind of have to do that, because a lot of this stuff about politics is a bunch of mumbo jumbo and technical talk. It's and also going back to Donald Trump and him not having political background, that to an extent that is a bad thing. I think overall it's a bad thing, but also at the same time, some of these politicians are just shady as F. So
yeah. See,
maybe it's kind of a good thing he doesn't have a background, but he's a shady businessman too. So
like I was saying is like a lot of this this is from my own personal opinion though, not this is just my view how I see it. Is a lot of these people are tired of the same, like I said this again, like they're getting tired of the same the whole same system, and it's not working. That's what I like going for Trump, because he's a complete opposite of all these people. He does have a background in politics, and yet he's doing so well. And it's just because people are tired, of doing the same thing over and over again and not working. Maybe they think if you change something, maybe it will work, or at least put more pressure on other politics, to start changing the way things are being run.
which I think it has to do with the old school American mentality where I guess like the outside world will see us as this kind of like as this kind of I'm not trying to compare Teddy Roosevelt to Donald Trump, so don't take it like this, guys. But just in the sense that how Teddy Roosevelt once said, like, where America's like the guy with the big stick, right?
Mm-hmm.
And can whack anybody. I think that they like that mentality in a sense with Donald Trump, because he's like this guy. He doesn't have a big stick at all to hit anybody, or really any power, but he has that same brash attitude, like, I'm gonna do what I want, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do what I want, and I'm gonna say what I want whenever I want, and I'm gonna get stuff done, and it's because I have this attitude that I'm gonna get it done. And that's how kind of the outside world sees Americans, I think. And I think now, and I think people don't like the type of attitude that got us to the point that we are now, with some of the things that's wrong with America right now, and maybe the attitude with Barack Obama, who was more of a, like, I guess I don't want to say laid back kind of type of guy, but more way different than that kind of brash attitude where he's gonna come in and lay down the law. Like, he's not that type of guy. He's probably like way far removed from that. And no other politician is like that, and no politician has been that way for a long time, probably since, I don't know, Ronald Reagan maybe. So I think a lot of people think, the glory days was when America had that type of attitude that we're gonna come in here and lay down the law, and we don't give an F about what you say or whatever, And yes. I think people are gravitating to that, because they're like, well, that's how it used to be, and that's when we were on top. So let's go back to that. It worked before, it'll work again. I don't know. That's kind of my view.
It's like I said, it's people are just frustrated with not seeing results.
Yeah, definitely. And he's claiming he can get those results, whether he will or not. That's really debatable.
We will have to see that.
Yeah, we really will. And and hopefully we can do another of these podcasts. Maybe hopefully before the election. I don't know when the election, maybe before like the final results are in or something. We can do another of these podcasts where we talk about politics.
I guess we can do this one once the nominees are official. You know who's gonna be
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Republican Party nominee, and then who's gonna be the Democratic Party nominee. Still a
yeah.
long way to go, but yeah, we can still do that.
I think that would be a great episode to have, and let us know, guys, if you like this episode. Comment on the YouTube on the on the YouTube video. Let us know your opinion on politics. Let us know what you guys think about Donald Trump, what you think about Clinton and Bernie and everybody in politics or just in general. And please comment. I'll try to read them. Edgar will try to read them. We'll try to respond. But yeah, please comment. Subscribe to our channel. Let us know what you think, and hopefully we can. And if you guys have opinions you don't want to share on the YouTube channel, you don't want to comment, please email us at rocketsrockets05@gmail.com and let us know. Let us know if you want us to do a specific topic on politics, or let us know what you guys want us to talk about. I promise you, we'll try to do our best research as we possibly can. We'll try to do our best. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for this listening to this episode. We're trying to do a little shorter episodes, not to make it more digestible. But yeah, and on to the helpful hint of the day for school. And it is, if you want to do research, if you want to do research at any school, no matter what school it is, go to your professor, talk to him, and before you go to him, read up on the research he's done. Make sure you're interested in it, and just ask him, hey, is there any research positions available? And especially at UC Merced, if you go to almost any professor, I guarantee you, if you go to them and you ask them, can I do some research with you, they'll most likely say yes. And that's very proof, because that's how I got my research opportunity, and that's how I got into graduate school. So guys, if you're really interested, just go to your professor and ask them if you can do research. It's as simple as that. And if they say no, then move on to the next professor.
Eventually one will say yes.
Yeah, eventually one will say yes. If you want to get your foot wet into you want to dip your toe into the research pool, then go for it. Do that. Any final thoughts, Edgar?
No. I guess I'm good. I guess we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys next week. Thank you so much, and have a safe and happy weekend. And just to remind you, our next episode is going to be on Thursday, March 17th. Edgar's going to go again on a trip, and he's going to go party and do a bunch of crazy shit.
No, we're gonna go to the gyms and be civilized.
Okay, yeah. So our episode is gonna be on Thursday, March 17th. We don't know the time just yet, but once we will, I'll post it on my personal Twitter account, or I'll post it on the YouTube channel or something. I'll try to get it out somehow. But if you guys can listen live, if not, please listen later. It'll be great. So again, thank you again for listening, and have a happy and safe week. And we'll see you on March 17th.
All right.
See you guys.